Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to Species, one of the favorite shows on my channel, and something I do enjoy playing quite a bit. Now, we've had the same map for quite a while. However, I do think we should continue since I just placed out the climate control devices on this island, and it would be fun just seeing what happens. I did get a comment saying that we should probably, or the best variation is attained by having the climate or temperatures vary from by latitude. So yeah, next time we start a map, we should definitely look into that instead of like just having a flat or noise map mode. Joshua also mentioned that I should, or the best radiation he found was to leave this at 1.65 in the nursery, and I'll do that. Someone also said, okay, there've been a lot of comments in the last few episodes that we should do a crazy carnivore, and yes, we should, but I think we've already kind of done that. These guys were crazy carnivores. They weren't beautiful, they weren't amazing, but I'm just actually really bad at modeling, and I don't really have the patience. However, someone said we should make a crazy carnivore goat, and that sounds like quite some fun. Cunning Wolf says he would share it with his friends, but none of them believe in evolutions. Well, Cunning Wolf, I tell you, share it anyway. Don't say it's evolution, but I think this game, for someone who doesn't believe in evolution, might actually be an eye-opener, somewhat. Of course, there'll always be people who'll say, oh, but this isn't real life. This is just a game, so it doesn't model real life. But at least they'll start maybe understanding what people mean by evolution and small variation through time. Maybe a little bit better, who knows? Ismail says we should create an aquatic creature. Unfortunately, even though I'd love to do that, there are no aquatic creatures. The ones that are walking over right now, oh shit, now we have some lag because I think we just capped there. No, but as I was saying, the creatures that walk on water, they're just land creatures and they're just traversing. There are still no aquatic creatures, but that might come in the next patch, who knows? We shall see, because there are actually no food resources underwater, so there's no reason for them to be there. See, what I dislike about the nursery though is that the walls aren't completely tight. For some reason, some creatures seem to get through them, and look at that, look at the size of their feet. That's insane. That's crazy, and it's all because of the mutations that we made in the nursery, and the specimens that we selected to move over. Your horribly invasive species has completely displaced the native life. Congratulations. Well, thank you very much. Now we've sectioned off this southern island here, so we've got different climate zones. This is a bit colder. Here's the mid-range. A desert should separate the two areas. This is a bit colder. I'm not sure why it's so green though. And then we've got a little bit of a warmer island here. So we'll see how that works out. Maybe we should time-lapse here. Well, it seems we were rudely interrupted there. I've been trying to time-lapse for quite a few times here, but it seems that the game just decides to crash for some reason. Maybe it's the soft cap that I have right now on the population. I don't know. It's really rather odd. Perhaps it's also the massive amounts of creatures in the nursery. Maybe we should actually just pick them out. Someone said I should make sure to pause the game when I'm moving creatures around so they don't starve to death, and that is true, but now I'm in the nursery, so it shouldn't be too big of a problem, right? Let's just get these people out. Hey, no, you're not getting near that fence. Get out. Get out of the nursery. This is only for very special creatures, not for you, unfortunately. Actually, I keep thinking Man, I used to do the species series and all the videos on my YouTube, but particularly the species series, like recording non-stop, right? Episodes without pauses. It must have been rather bad to watch, and it's kind of odd because I like the first video in the first season has the most views of is like on the top list of my videos, and it has like I'd guess about 30,000 views, maybe more, and it's bad. It's bad. My old content is just I want to. It's shameful, but you know, we all improve ourselves. Let's see. We only have like 3 creatures left. This is fantastic, fantastic. As you may hear that I'm not too super joyful today, but that's mostly because I don't have any coffee. And it's raining outside. It's a terrible day. It's just disgusting. Do we see anyone? You're outside. Get out. Okay. Do we see anyone that's inside, stuck here? No. Okay. All right. Let's keep this going. Oh yes, on the southern island, by the way, we seem to only have like 3 members left, which isn't great. We should probably try to get them to populate this area and then maybe move over here or maybe even over there, but it seems like we have some migratory species coming in, so maybe they'll do the trick. By the way, if you're interested, the developer has posted, or recently in the past 2 weeks I think, posted a new dev post on his blog, and it talks about the future of species, so more specifically species 0.1.0, so the next update, which he didn't say how far it was, but it's just about the ideas that he has for the next update, and it mostly focuses on increasing the biodiversity, increasing like adding behavioral variety and greater communication, so a player like myself can understand why a creature is dying. Sure, we can see, oh, it's hot, and then but the thing is, it's just like lies down when it dies and explodes, so I don't really know why it's dying. So yes, and the whole behavioral variety thing is just mostly because apparently, and you may have noticed this in my playthrough, is that once you've got an environment around, right, and you start off with the normal template or whatever, the creatures normally will kind of all look the same throughout multiple runs. They won't look exactly the same, but they'll have the same kind of like body template. So he wants to look into that and try to make the game more interesting. Of course, with the nursery, it's made quite a difference having, you know, things to mess around with, because you can definitely see some very different creatures now. Oh my, they are all back in the nursery again. This is quite annoying, like having hand pluck them out and then they just sneak in again. Those bastards. It must be quite a nice environment, but you know, I wonder how it works though with the, because I've set the background radiation in here to be higher than normal, right? But I wonder if it affects creatures who I haven't personally put in here. They just like snuck into the area. Rather odd. Now there's quite some variation going on here. If we look at these, which are from the same family. Oh, that one moves quite fast. Actually, let's put the thoughts on here. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one. He looks crazy. Yes. They are quite different from their partners or family members over here. They they've definitely adapted to their environment. Now let's check out. Are these still alive? Yes, they are. I feel like they're the coolest. I don't know if it's because they're like dark purple with these. It's just streamlined. They just look cool. Okay. Time lapses really aren't working. I've tried, but the game keeps crashing, so I'm going back to the autosave all the time. It's really rather annoying. But I almost feel like we should definitely start off a new map in the next episode, and perhaps even end this one a little bit short today, because it's kind of useless to just watch me be really confused. We should move over a few specimens actually before we end everything. I think you can come over here, and we'll just take a few different ones. Yeah, that one's starved. That one's not gonna starve. No, come on, with me, over here. Lovely. Now start breeding, please. Do your thing. Oh, hey, look at these. They have spread to all over the island, which is awesome. I'm really curious to see how they develop. Although I don't think we'll be seeing that, unfortunately. Yeah, because you know, we want to start something fresh and new. I was gonna say these guys failed over here because they kept eating each other, but yeah, I see one specimen. Yeah, they failed. That was rather dumb of them to eat each other. I feel like that's something that might. It's not that it needs fixing, and I've pointed this out before, because obviously it's kind of like evolution. If you kill your own children or your own species, you eventually die out, right? Or if you kill a lot of them. But it feels like it's too common at the moment. It feels like they just, I don't know, just happens too often. And now, I know you're absolutely gonna hate me, because this episode has been much shorter than any of the episodes before, but I actually am moving, so I've got to pack some stuff and yeah, start doing stuff, and I really want this episode to come out. So here's the deal. I think, and I want to really hear your opinion, so this is more of an opinion asking episode than anything. Should we move on to another world? In that case, how should we set it up? I'm definitely gonna do temperature zones by latitude, I think. But, you know, do you have any suggestions for creatures? I think we're definitely going to be doing our crazy goat in that world. And yes, like, just tell me what you feel, what you want to see, and I'll see if I can do it. In the meantime, this has been Gamegaster with Species. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, share with your friends, leave a like, and of course you can get the download in the description below. It's free right now as it's alpha. Or pre-alpha rather, and I'll see you later. Farewell.